Hi everybody, what's going on? This is a new channel coming to you called Love Soca Life. My name is Tahlia and this is my handsome husband Phill.
Phil, how you doing?
And basically the premise for why we're starting to do this channel is because we are lovers of soca, obviously, hence the name Love Soca Life. And we are married.
Yeah.
And we have found that there's really no platform for people who are married and love soca and love to fet and be on the road and carnival, etc. And we just wanted to talk about that, review a couple things, talk about who we are and why we love soca, and just to get to know you guys a little bit, increase our community, um, share the love, share the magic. So I think for starters, we can talk about, you know, who we are first and foremost, because why are they watching if you don't know who we are, Right. So I let Phill tell you who he is.
Well, my name's Phil. I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. Me and Tahlia, we met, high school friends, and it graduated from there.
You got me. No, well, for starters, Phill is not any type of Caribbean. We'll get into that a little later. He's
American.
from Jersey
I'm
City,
a Yankee.
New Jersey.
That's what you say is a Yankee.
Period, poo. And things like that. My name is Tahlia, like I said earlier. I was raised in Jersey City, New Jersey, but I was born in Trinidad, the sweet, sweet, sweet island of Trinidad and Tobago. Port of Spain General Hospital. Everybody, if you're from Trinidad, you know. If you know, you know. So, I was raised in Aruca. My family's from Tunapuna. All the Trinis already like, oh gosh, look, yeah. My father from Sawa and Ting. But anyway, yeah, so I was raised in Jersey City. I met Phill. We had a bunch of mutual friends in high school. We remained friends over the years, and things happen. Children later, and 5 years down the line, we've been married for 5 years.
Yeah, anniversary coming soon.
August 29th, 2014 was when we got married. We've been together for about 7 years. And
all right.
Yeah, we don't know because we've been friends since we were like 13. So it's like hard to, but you get it.
Hard to put on the timeline.
Anyway, we have a 9-year-old that Phill has from a previous relationship, and we have a 6-year-old, just turned 6, and all of them are June. I have 2 Geminis and a Cancer, June 5th, 15th. So that's just a little bit about us for, content and context purposes. People always want to know, like, who you're talking to. There's so much more to us than that. But in a nutshell, we are very family oriented, but we like to party too. So that leads us to our next topic, which is what made you fall in love with soca? And I think I'm going to let Phill start because mine is pretty simple.
Mine is probably long and drawn out.
Yeah, mine is pretty simple, but I'm gonna let him, vibe on that, and then I'll jump in. So what made you fall in love with soca?
I could say, because before, like when we was together, we used to play soca, but and I used to listen to it. But the thing about it, it just was like, okay, it's soca, cool, I get it. Mm-hmm. It was kind of light. Mm-hmm. But then in 2015, you took me to Carnival, and it mixed. It was like having 2 ingredients that just went in the pot. Just like it was just like, oh, And like I get it. This is what it is. I put the music with Carnival, and then it just that was it. And then once that happened, after that it was like a wrap. It was a wrap after that. And I was just.
If y'all hit, we're in our room and it's people outside, but
Yeah, I
disregard.
But yeah, so it just went together. It was just a whole nice little mixing bowl of soca, carnival. Then we started going to Fetes. That was just like everything was just pow. And then I got people like that be like, yo, why you into this? Yo, you from the hood, B? Like, yo, Lafayette, LG, like, what's up? I was like, yo, this is life right now. That's how it is for me.
Mm. Well, interesting. That was interesting. We have another like what made us fall in love with Carnival too, and especially like Carnival as a couple, because that's like kind of like an oxymoron, because people are like, you going to Carnival with your husband? You're letting him whine on girls? Oh my god! Like, insert clutching pearls here. It ain't that deep, sis. But anyway, we'll get back to that. So it's simple for me. I always like my mother. Like again, like I said, if you know, then you know. My mother used to play mass back when she was younger. She kind of fell off of that wave. But my father, when I was a child, would take me to Labor Day. When I was in Trinidad, take me to Panorama. Like, I'm talking about 6-year-old up in the dance, like my stepmother would take, like, we have all the different parties and stuff like that, and I just always had an affinity for soca. Like, my mother was a David Rudder fan, and for a point in time I stayed in Trinidad with my grandmother, so anytime my mother would come to Trinidad, it just so happened it would be David Rudder concert, and I would go with her to the David Rudder concert. So it's just, give praise, children. I just always loved soca. Even like when I kind of fell off, and growing up in Jersey City, you like on the hip hop scene and whatever, like R&B scene, on the Jersey club and all that.
Jersey club.
Even when I like kind of fell off, because nobody that I was like liming with or hanging out with, like, they was like, bro, who the fuck is Marshall Montano? Like, why are you listening to the shit beat? And I'm like, yo, this is Marshall. You don't know who Marshall is? Come on. Like, and they're like, I'm like, hold on to the big truck mount. And they like, no. Mm-mm. So,
I can't even go back that far.
Right. So, I've always loved soca. But it got to the point that even like my cousins who was Trini, like, they'll get in the car and be like, yeah, like, yo, why you playing this, son? We like, I don't want to hear this. Like, nobody coming in the car. Our friends don't want to hear this. And you sitting up here playing Bottle of Rum. Like, what's up? Like, turn that off. Like, so, it just was always ingrained in me. And I spent, when I finally came back here to live, which was probably like the age of 9, I spent all my summers still in Trinidad. So it was just like access to the culture, which is very, very, culture and is very important to me. Having our children understand culture and where they come from, or not even if they don't physically come from there, but like just getting full pictures of other people's cultures, not even just Trini culture or Caribbean culture, all cultures, Indian culture, African culture, etc. But anyway, to make a long story short, because I said it was a short story, I've always loved soca. Now, Carnival is different.
It's the mixing part. That's where the bowl, the soca, and Carnival is.
Yeah, so for me, I always was in the mix. Like, I'll go to the Fetes, I'll go here and there, but I never play mass. Like, little chunky girl growing up, Carnival wasn't forgiving to the big girls and saying, people, you're too fat for that, don't put on that, don't do that. So I kind of just always shied away from actually playing mass, even though I'll be up in the dance and the fete and everything like that. I just shied away from playing mass. But in 2014, me and two of my good girlfriends, shout out to Namora P and my homie Chi, Sila Suka on Instagram. Go, she have every gal go if you want your nice little crochet thing. She have that, shameless plug. But anyway, we went to Trinidad for Carnival for my first mass in 2014, and I think because of that, when I came back and I was telling him like, yo, you don't even understand.
I remember that. Like,
I'm like, why all these
it can't
years?
Be that serious.
I'm like, why all these years I shied away from putting on a costume? Nobody not watching this belly. Nobody not watching none of that. Like, they out there whining on anything. Like, free. It's like, you know how Lyrical was one of my favorite artists, by the way, say, close your eyes and feel how freedom does feel. That is Carnival. Period. Like, close your eyes and feel. Like, that's what, when people ask us, like, why we pay so much money to play mass,
you feel it.
You have to understand that playing mass is a lifestyle. It's not something you do because you want to play pretty mass and put on a costume. Even though I love that. I love feathers. I love costumes. Like, I love the fact that in this day and age, any way I want my costume to look, being a woman of a certain size, I can get it. Or how I want it to not look. Either way, like, I can get it. And that mixed with the freedom, like when I played mass for the first time, it rained half the day. No one cared. Your feathers were wet, your hair was wet, like your makeup probably washed off, but we were still chipping down the road for hours, 2 days. And just that alone, mixed with the experience of going to like all the different fetes they have in Trinidad, which is, we'll get into that in another video, but fetes in Trinidad, they're not comparable to anything I've been to anywhere else. Like all the all-inclusives and all that. Like, anyway, I say that to say that, like, that aspect took things to the next level. And then, like, the fact that I'm able to include my husband in that, and even, like, at first, for his first carnival, like, he was a little nervous, like, so what's the...
I know what to expect.
So let's talk about that.
It's hard.
So,
It's hard to get ready for it. Let me say this: when like you got somebody that's new that's coming to carnival, you do have to prep them. You have to say, like, you know, you got to be ready for this. You got to be, you know, Juve. You got to be ready for paint. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no new sneakers or none of that. You know, you ain't got to go there fresh.
You're right.
You know, you got to prepare for that. Then, you know, with carnival, like, yo, you know it's gonna be hot. You're gonna be tired. Get your water, all that stuff. You know, it's a lot to prepare for it. So, like, when new people come, or, you know, you like, hey, you know, they see me having fun, and then they be like, yo, what's up with that? Like, homie, and I be like, whoa, listen, I gotta break it down for you. It's like this. You know, I know you from the hood, but you know, this is what you gotta prepare for. You know, you got prepping for the music. It's gonna be all soca, so forget all that Drake. Sorry, all that's out the picture. So, like, those are things that you have to prepare somebody new coming to carnival. Like with me, I was already a little bit into the soca, so it was a couple of songs that I liked. But then when you get on the road and then you hear the songs and then you don't even realize you singing it. Like, I was sitting there in my first carnival, I'm just sitting there singing songs. I'm like, how do I know this song word for word? And she already prepped me for it. And I'm just sitting there singing it, living my life, and like, that's what it is. Another thing is, like, you know, when I show like people videos and they see me having fun, they like, you know, the homies, they be like, yeah, oh, you dancing on the girls. It's not really about that. That's a plus to it, but it's not about that. It's like, it's the music, it's the freedom, it's everything. So, like, I tried to prep my people, talking to Phill, like, yo, he do the carnival thing, he Trini, well.
Yeah. So, I mean, we don't want to make, this is just like an introduction to who we are. We don't want to make it too long, but yeah. So, like, his first carnival, we talked about, like, what the game plan was in terms of, like, can he dance on people? So this is, and I'm saying this not for everybody. Like whatever you do for your relationship that works for you, and whatever I do for my relationship that works for me, works for me. So these are our carnival rules or our fet rules. Period. Okay.
They kind of got altered throughout the years.
I think that our fet rules are, as long as you are not doing something that's like highly inappropriate. When I say highly inappropriate, I mean like you got some girl face in your crotch in your face, or you lying down on the floor and she's sitting down on your face, or she's sitting down on you, or you're picking her up, and like all of that to me is too much. If you're taking a wine, you're taking a wine. That's it. Like
you're thieving a wine.
It's not even thieving. You take a wine. Like at the end of the day, we are secure enough in our relationship to know that doesn't really mean anything. Like some people view dancing as like, oh well, if you dance with somebody like that, that means you want to sleep with them. We don't really view things in that way, and like half them people, there's not no numbers exchanging or no conversation. Like half them people, you're not gonna see them after. So it's just we enjoying the line, we enjoying the fet, we enjoying wherever we are. So that's pretty much like how we view things. You agree, disagree?
No, I agree on that. I mean, my rules is just like I don't want you to be a girl like the tag team, they just tagging you, just flying in the air. It happens,
Right and fling it.
It happens, so it's like,
And nobody not flinging. You see, nobody not flinging me in the air. I don't know.
Yeah, hey, listen, I've seen it. It's happened.
Nobody is flinging me in the air.
They get flung up. they be flung up. Which I mean, like, it's tasteful, so it's not long as it's not like nothing too crazy, your leg flipped over and all types of stuff happen at a fet. I understand that. I understand stuff happen at a fet, but you know what I'm saying. Long as you ain't in that little mix.
These rules. Oh God.
See, that's why I mean they got altered. They got altered. I know they got altered a little bit, So I mean, as long as Papa. Yeah. Oh, don't grab me. Yeah, as long as it ain't flippy-dee, whoop-de-doo. So I'll be chilling.
Yeah, so far, I mean, we on our excursion now. Like I said, we started this whole Love Soca Life journey, I think, I want to say like 2015 or so, and we do Miami. That we started. I started 2014. He started in 2015 with Miami Carnival. Shout out to One Island Band. That's who we usually play mass with in Miami. It's always a vibe. They do Juve and Carnival. It's pretty much.
Oh, Miami Juve.
Yeah. So that's where we started. Him and I on this couples that fet together, stay together type tip. And since then, we've done countless parties, all SSS, Secret Soca Society. We love Secret Soca Society. We love, shout out to Freeze International. We love Freeze International.
He getting used to my face. He know me now.
Yeah. And then we've just been, every year we try to do at least one carnival, and we'll say one local. Local is like, meaning like not local like Jersey City, nothing popping off in Jersey City when it comes to carnival. But we're gonna change that narrative.
That's a lane.
We're gonna change that
narrative
soon.
Right there.
But just like when I say local, I mean like Atlanta, Miami, like those are local to us because they're in the States. But we've done Bahamas. Bahamas was a vibe. We've done Trinidad.
Trinidad, yeah, the Fetes is.
Yeah, and then we plan. So every year we plan to do more. We just get on the Uber Soca cruise tip this year, so we're going to Uber Soca cruise in November. That's my birthday month.
Y'all gonna see us.
My birthday week, actually, November 8th is my birthday. So that we'll talk about that in upcoming vlogs as well, or just video chats with you guys. We plan. Well, I at least plan. I think to go to Miami again this year. We want to go to Vincy. I want to go to London because I have a friend who's from London and she always talks about how lit the carnival is in Notting Hill. So want to do that. Grenada, Antigua, Jamaica. Jamaica's coming up. At first I was like, Jamaica and carnival? But now, yeah, Jamaica coming up with the carnival and the soca thing. So
what was that, Ibiza?
Ibiza we would like to do too. We just came back from, we did Atlanta in May. And we went to
Hookie, DC
last weekend. That was pretty good. That was a vibe. Yeah, so this is just an introduction to who we are, what we're about. If you have questions or just want to say, things that you would like us to talk about or topics you would like us to talk about, you can follow us on Love Soca Life on Instagram. Also Love Soca Life on Facebook. And Phil's handle on Instagram is, and I'll put it in the description when I put this up. Phil's handle on Instagram is Phill Mills, and mine's is plus Trini Diva. Only plus Trini Diva on Instagram. Period. So yeah, any questions, concerns, comments, please feel free. You can also email us at lovesocalife@gmail.com. Until next time, peace and love, and the couple that stays together. What is it? Fetes together stays together.
Yeah.
So that's
our slogan.
MO. The couple that fetes together stays together. Love, soca, and life. Have a good one.